High drama in the Karnataka Assembly today as the hate speech prevention bill sparked chaos. Demonstrations and even the tearing of copies of the legislation on the House floor. Opposition BJP MLAs ripped the bill and stormed the well, accusing the Congress government of Karnataka of pushing a law that they say threatens free speech and targets political dissent. The uproar forced repeated disruptions and eventually led to the House being adjourned. The Congress, however, stood firm. Home Minister G. Parameswara defended the bill, saying that hate speech has risen sharply and poses serious risks to social harmony, citing violence and growing tensions linked to inflammatory remarks. Now, the new law makes hate speech a non-bailable offence with strict jail terms and fines. This is perhaps aimed at curbing statements that promote hatred based on various factors like religion, caste, and even gender. Now, with tempers flaring and accusations flying, the bill has deepened political fault lines, turning the Assembly into a battleground over speech power and intent. Let's tell you more about the Karnataka hate speech and the hate crimes bill and what are the provisions under it. Number one, offline and online hate speech is not allowed in Karnataka. It can be either a spoken, written, visual, and even electronic representation. Any kind of hate speech will not be tolerated. Now, speech intended to cause injury, disharmony, or hatred will not be tolerated under the bill. Apart from this, it targets individuals who are alive or dead, groups, classes, or communities. And it must be linked to prejudicial interests. Apart from this, the Karnataka hate speech and hate crimes bill, it goes beyond existing laws in the state of Karnataka. Well, like I mentioned, there's been heated debate and uproar on Karnataka's hate speech bill. Take a listen to the reactions on this.
Why is BJP panicking for it? Does the bill, the hate speech bill, mention Bharatiya Janata Party? Does it mention RSS? Does it mention any organization? It is our responsibility to maintain law and order. It's our responsibility to follow whatever the Supreme Court has directed us to do, and we're just doing that.
Well, the opposition should get ready for a discussion. See, ruling party brings in a bill. Now the discussion should be done by whom? By opposition. They are not prepared for that. They are just making galata. They are just creating unwanted scene there. They want to just send a bad message out. Instead of that, they can sit. They can talk about the bill. They can discuss the bill. And if something is not really good for the people of the country, they can tell we'll change or alter. Those proposals are not there. They are only making noise. And they want to send a message out. Social media and other thing is what they are looking at, not at actually what is to be done inside. So this is a sad state of affairs.
The hate should stop in this country. There is no place for hate. Despite Supreme Court judgment, directions, they are not, especially the BJP, because they are guilty. Because the most hate speeches are from the BJP leaders. So naturally they feel hurt. And it's hurting, naturally they will go against it.
Already in the BNSS and IT Act, all the provisions are there. This extra provision, and it can be completely abused by the government or by any officers against any particular organization, media and individuals and political activists. So we insist the government should drop this bill.
This, my colleague Deepak is now joining me live. Deepak, Karnataka has perhaps become the first state to enact the anti-hate crime law. For the benefit of our viewers right now, tell us, Deepak, why is there so much uproar against the bill and what provisions does it include?
Well, now for a matter of fact, the BJP, of course, has been saying that this entire bill, the idea behind bringing such a bill is to target the opposition, target organizations which speak against the government. And we've seen multiple organizations, pro-Kannada organizations, we've seen pro-Hindu organizations, the BJP, all of them, in unison raise their voice of dissent against this bill, which they are saying is against the freedom of speech, trying to curtail the freedom of the opposition. Now, they've also been saying that there is already a law under the BNS. If anyone, of course, is inciting violence through, their speech, action can be initiated. And the entire purpose of bringing this law is to target, organizations and not just people. Because under the law, if you belong to a particular organization and, if any statement that was made is categorized as a hate speech, then not just the person, but the organization as well can be booked. And that's where the BJP, of course, is saying that this is an unnecessary attempt. As far as the Congress is concerned, they're saying this doesn't just apply to the BJP. It doesn't just apply to one particular organization. It's a universal law, and there is no reason for anyone to fear. And, beat anybody who thinks about inciting violence, they will have to deal with the law. And this is something that's being brought in for the welfare of the society, is the claim that's coming in, and the counter that's coming in really from the Congress.